Hey, so this is Hoover Commerce. So it's a very quick demo store that I've just created. As you can see, it's a admin theme on top of Magento. They've also obviously got a Hoover theme, which I'm sure you're aware of. If not, Hoover theme is a far superior front end than the default Magento. So um, Willem thought, what if we started again? What if we scrapped the horrendous, overcomplicated Magento 2 front end theme known as Luma? And what if we started again with a more modern tech stack? So that's things like Tailwind for CSS, Alpine for JSS, far more minimal, far more sort of simplistic. And here we have the result, Hoover theme. It's had great reception from Magento agencies, Magento developers. As you can see, it's fast. It works well on multiple devices, mobile, etc. But what I want to talk about in this video is, so with Magento or Hoover, what happens when you want to get a developer to work on your website? So currently, you're probably looking, depending on if you're using an agency, if you've got in-house developers, another developer to get set up will easily take 3, 4, maybe a day to get 3, 4 hours, maybe a day to get set up. So what I've been trying to do is how can we reduce that time? How can we get it much faster? So introduce to you Codespaces from GitHub. So this is the website here, and this is our project repository, probably exactly what you'd see on your own Magento project. But what normally has to happen is the developer will take these files, they'll put it to the local, they'll need a database, they'll need media files, and then they'll set up a local environment. They might use Docker or set up Nginx Apache manually. It's all going to take time. So what Codespaces allows us to do is standardize it in the cloud, so everyone from a single click gets to have a fully working environment. Everyone's got the same environment, there's no issues. So yeah, while we're live here, I'll keep the clock running. We're on 2.5 minutes at the moment. So from a single click, code, let's create a new space. So what that's going to do, GitHub is then starting provisioning a server. It's going to pull in the files from the project. So in a moment, we'll see the GitHub files appear. Codespaces is Docker based, so it's all sort of Docker configured. So it's pretty standard. You've got VS Code in the browser, which I think it's really good. I've heard a lot of people don't like it. I don't know, maybe I suggest sort of give it another try. It's definitely matured. There's great plugins. It's very easy to use. It's fast. So what we've got, so the configuration, we'll start the server, we'll pull in the files, then it will run a setup script. So we've got your configuration in here. We've got a Magento setup, which kind of will set up the Docker container and all the different services. So not only do you get a cloud environment, you get phpMyAdmin if you're not happy managing a database on the command line. You get MailPit, so all your emails are captured and not sent to clients and customers. So it's really easy to test emails. You've got OpenSearch, you've got PHP, MySQL, Nginx, everything pre-configured. Then it will run through the start services script. What this then does, it configures some more Nginx and Redis. So all the services are running through supervisor. So that gives us a nice single point of kind of configuration for all the services. So you know where everything's configured. Then so supervisor will start, it will start all the services. So we've got this ports tab here. This will show us the services that are running and ports that are currently in use. So we'll kind of go through the ports. Obviously we've got MailPit, we've got MySQL, we've got Redis, we've got the MailPit client and the MailPit server. We've got Nginx, we've got phpMyAdmin, we've got OpenSearch. So all that's running. You can see this startup here. So So that's then pulling the images from the staging server, and then it's going to composer install the project. So once the composer install's finished, so your Magento is installed, it's pulled the staging server database and the staging server media, and then we can pretty much go. So started on 2.5 minutes, we're now 3 minutes in, Magento's installing, all the services are running. So for example, we can see MailPit here. So whenever Magento sends an email, it'll be captured in here. You can then view the email. Really great for testing emails. So where we're at, we are on, Magento's just finished installing. What this also comes with, we've got Magento installing out the box. We've got Google Gemini. So we've got full AI development right out the box, fully pre-configured. So this will use the API key that I've set in my settings. So the good things about Codespaces is you only configure your environment variables once, and anyone else using the project automatically gets access to that. Environment variables can be configured on a repository or organization level. So this has got the staging server SSH keys, my Gemini key, and then Claude Code Anthropic key. So as you can see, you've got Google Gemini ready to use. Then we open another terminal. We've also got Claude. So just need to approve that. It's not pulling in the API key. I'll take a look why, but so yeah. So Magento's fully installed. Database is installed. It's replaced the domain. So every time you spin up a Codespace, you get a unique domain. So that's obviously needs to update the URL that's in the database. We've got Claude Code agents installed. So we've got a full set of AI coding agents, and I'll show you what that can do in a moment. And then we've got Hoover theme building. So now that's fully finished. We've got all the cache was cleared, all the data was reindexed, and now we should have in exactly 5 minutes from a single click a fully working Magento 2 instance, which completely matches the staging environment. There we go. So this is my local. This was the live site. As you can see, they're completely identical. We can go through to products. It's fast as well. It runs really good. As you can see, it fully matches live. So from 5 minutes, a developer is now ready to work on your project. So tell me how long currently you take to onboard a developer. So I can ask Gemini to do something. So I'll give you a very quick sort of preview of what Gemini is capable of. Create a Magento 2 module called Develo Demo. This should add a very fancy Hello World section to the home page. Make it fun and interactive. Use Tailwind and Alpine JS. Add it to the top of the home page under the navigation. I'm going to put it in YOLO mode so it can not ask me for permissions. So because this is a staging environment, it can kill the server. It does not matter. I can just press another button and spin up a new one. It can't mess with the data on the live site or the staging site. All the data's been put. All the private data has been removed, so it's all been anonymized. So there's no damage to this project that Gemini can do. it can't commit and push to the main branch. It can only raise pull requests. So it's fully sandboxed. There's no sort of potential harm to live or other environments. It's completely on its own. So I've asked it to add a kind of fancy hello world section to the home page, use Tailwind and Alpine, add it to the top. And let's see how that does. So obviously Gemini has kind of understands the project and where we're at. So it's going to create a Magento 2 module with the correct namespace, create a registration file. So we can actually see the files being created here. Develop demo, it's created a registration file, exactly as a normal developer would. What it's going to do, it's going to, because it understands that the home page is a CMS page, it's going to sequence the Magento CMS. It's got the top container and it's added its own block with its own PHTML. So it's not, obviously it's not revolutionary Magento development, it's all the basics, but it's stopping the boilerplate. It's got hello world text, so, and it's even using Alpine for some reason, making it interactive and fun. So that's the PHTML done. It's now cleared the cache and activating the module. Probably should have done that the other way around, but, and it's running dir compile. And then when the setup upgrade is done and it's activated, we should be able to see that in action. There we go, cache is cleared. Now let's see. It's rerunning the Hoover npm run build prod. Which it probably didn't need to do because I was running the watcher here, so that's probably something that I can add to the Claude file. Just kind of tell it, the watch will be running, you don't need to rebuild. So that's done, it's checking the modules installed, it's concluding, and what, that took 2 minutes. 2 minutes to create Magento 2 module, activate it, to create a view, create a block, injected the layout, created a template. So that's done, let's see it in action. To the home page. Just taking a little seconds for all the caches are cleared. And here we go, here's our hello world message. This is interactive. Hey. Not sure what. Hey, this is okay. So that was it. We've now got Magento module. So all that within 13 minutes, me explaining what's happening. I've got a full working development environment ready for a pull request. If you really wanted to add this amazing module to your website. But imagine the uses for this. So you've got a module vendor. They provide module installation. You can just give them access to one of these Codespaces. They then can test the module. What you can do with these environments is set this to be public. So it's private at the moment. I can set to public. Then anyone that has access to this URL can not see the website. Oops, that's 9,000. This one. Anyone that has access to this URL can then see the website. So they can install the module, give you this URL, you can test it, make sure it's working, and you're happy. And then you've just saved a lot of time and a lot of messing around. So I'll do a few more videos showing you sort of more of what Gemini can do, also Claude Code and its agents. It's got some really powerful tools. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that.